What's going on, boys? Welcome everybody back to another video and another review. So today we are looking at the 86 rated base icon Carles Puyol. Now we obviously have already played the games. I've whipped them back up on the transfer list, but I did buy him for 176,000 coins. I managed to play 3 games with him, as you can see. Now what we did, obviously, once he is a right back, what we did is we started him right back in game, but we switched him, or we started him right back going into the game, and then we switched him to centre back straight away, and then subbed off our, we brought Traore, the Conference League right back from Ligue 1, and we subbed him on at right back for, I think, De Ligt, who ended up having to play right back. So Carles Puyol, we played him centre back in game. I mean, it's the only logical thing. I highly would not recommend playing him as a centre back. Obviously, we all know Carles Puyol to be a centre back in real life and in FIFA. I don't think anyone is buying this card to actually use him as a full back, so make sure you guys are playing him as a centre back. I mean, maybe if you've got a right back off chem in game, you could play a right back on 6 or 7 chem at centre back, and then Puyol, start him at right back, switch him around in game, similar to what I did. But he's coming in at 5'10". He's got medium high work rates. Now 2-star, 3-star doesn't really matter as a centre back. Pace of 76. We did go for a shadow, which puts him up to 86 pace, which is a lot more bearable. So he goes to 85 acceleration and 86 sprint speed. He's got some okay passing of 72 short passing, 71 long passing. His dribbling is not great, which is expected, but he does have 82 composure and 87 reactions under that dribbling stat, which is very nice to have. Defensively and physical as well is absolutely spectacular. Obviously, the shadow, other than giving him a plus 10 pace, gives him a defending boost. So he went to like 99 slide tackle, 97 stand tackle, I think it was. He went to like 94 defensive awareness, 94 interceptions, and like 91 heading accuracy as well. So the shadow makes him like an absolutely nuts centre back. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to load up Footbin, and I'm going to, show you guys how good he is as a centre back with a shadow actually applied to him. So, spelled his name wrong. So going over to Puyol, obviously, if you guys want me to check his middle card out next as well, currently coming in at 417k, I could definitely do that. The thing with his base card, it's got 4 more pace than his middle card, and he's like 300,000 coins cheaper. But as you can see, with a shadow applied, he goes to a 91 rated centre back in game, which is absolutely spectacular. Lads, hopefully you guys do enjoy this review. I had a lot of fun with this card. You guys are about to see the clips, and obviously I'll take over with the post-com and all of that. Also an update on the current review leaderboards. In first, it is currently David Ginola with a 9.4, followed by Inform Rafinha, and in third, Ones to Watch Talisca. Remember, this is judged on how they perform for me and also their value, so how much are coming in on the transfer market. Obviously Puyol, 176,000 coins. Let's see if he's worth it. So hopping into the gameplay, now as I said, we played a few games, 2 full games, and the other one, I was like 3-0 down within 30 minutes, so I decided to rage quit. So we didn't involve that one. As you can see, Puyol getting started with a beautiful tackle, and what I could tell you guys with this card, in my opinion, he was one of the best, if not the best, defensive centre-back I have used this year. And I mean, that's expected, right? It is Carles Puyol. Of course you're expected. He's expected to have some of the best defending in the game, but he's not the fastest type of player. Obviously, he's got like 55 agility, something like that. He's got very bad agility and balance, but as a centre-back, he is absolutely insane. Obviously, he's not a right-back. You'd be very silly to play him as a right-back, in my opinion, because he is simply next level. His interceptions, his defending, his aggression, his strength, going into tackles, he is simply, as I said, one of the best I have used this whole FIFA. He is absolutely phenomenal in that aspect. Now for pace, we've given an 8 out of 10. Passing, we've actually given a 7 out of 10. 72 long passing with 71 short passing, not too shabby whatsoever. Dribbling, we've given a 5. He's very heavy on the ball. Just when you're passing it around the back, be careful. Don't, like dribble around too much with him, because he will lose possession a few times. Defending and physical, we've both given a 9. As you can see, him going into that tackle there, he is simply extraordinary. Interceptions as well, as I said before, is definitely an honourable mention. Like, he is absolutely class when it does come to defensive work. He's not the type of player you want to be, using as a right back, having him run down the wing, dribbling with a ball, getting out of tight positions like that. He's simply not that type of guy. He's a pure defensive styled centre back, and as I said, you could play him I played him, obviously started him at right back, so he got 10 chemistry, so he got the correct shadow boost with all that good stuff, because if you play him at 6 or on 6 or 7 chem, off chem as a centre back, that would be okay, but still he'd only get like a +5 pace boost with a shadow, and that would only put him to like 80, 81. In my opinion, start him as a right back, get him on 10 chem, and then play your full back, whether, you know, say you've got Rotiva, Knockouts, Delict, for example, you could play Quadrado off chem at centre back. I'd much rather have a right back off chem than a centre back, and then you can just switch him around in game, and obviously have Quadrado or whoever your right back is playing right back, and Puyol actually playing centre back in game. That is a must with this card. If you play him right back, he'll be one of the worst right backs you've ever used in your life. If you play him centre back, he'll be one of the best defensive centre backs you would have ever used. As for the pace, now there was a clip, and I'm not too sure, you might have seen it, but we got, you know, hit on the counter, and Puyol, his pace, he relatively kept up quite well. 86 pace in game with a shadow, but obviously if you're going to be facing a Lionel Messi, an Mbappe, a Neymar, something like that, then Puyol will almost never catch them in a running race. Never, ever, ever will he catch them in a running race. That's just not the type of card he is. So if you do use Puyol, I would highly recommend pairing him up with a much faster centre-back, like say Lacroix, even Raphael Varane's 82 pace with a shadow on Varane, he goes to 92 pace. Just, you know, pair him up with another centre-back that can, you know, get back quicker, etc, etc. Now, Chemstyle obviously have gone for a shadow. Pros have just gone for defending, physical, and work rates, and there was actually no major cons. Now, I know I'm going to get some questions saying, is this 5'10 height, is he too small? He's like 5'10, 5'11, I think. In my opinion, he's not too small whatsoever. Once again, you could pair him up with a taller type of centre back. I paired him up with Koulibaly, who's like 6'3". He's an absolute giant, so there was no issues in that aspect. And I mean, realistically, the height, in my opinion, as a centre back is really not too major. In my opinion, it's just going to be not even an issue, but it's just going to be noticeable with, you know, clearing corners. But if you do have, you know, a taller centre back, then for me personally, Koulibaly, he can just do that job instead of Puyol, so there's no worries in that aspect. And the other major cons, or no major cons, what I mean by that, his dribbling is absolutely shit, but you don't need dribbling as a centre-back, do you? Passing as well, passing was actually really solid. I mean, he's got, like, as I said, 72 long passing, 71 short passing. If you ask someone to, you know, play out from the back with your centre-backs, that will hold up quite solid. Pace as well, definitely nowhere near a con. Just make sure you get that shadow chemistry style on him. 86 pace, he's absolutely perfect. PlayStation price, currently 165,000 coins, and on the Xbox he's currently 170,000 coins, and he's only going to continue dropping. He's always been one of the cheaper icons, and he's most likely always going to be one of the cheaper icons, I mean, in the next few years. Puyol's never been deemed to be, you know, the go-to centre-back meta guy, and obviously him being a right-back does make his value a little bit less, which might actually be a blessing in disguise, because you're paying less for a card that is actually really good at centre-back. If this base card was an actual centre-back, I'd say he'd be like 240, 250k, but obviously the problem with him being a right back means you're going to have to sacrifice chemistry on either Puyol himself or, like I said, a right back, unless you do play like a 5 at the back and you've got somehow a centre back that can play right back. I don't know, but like I said, you're in a predicament with him being a right back, but nonetheless, if you can work around it, you've got a really nice card on your hands. Overall rating out of 10, relatively high for me. I'm going to give him an 8.5. I found him really, really good. He made like no mistakes. He was composed, aggression, physical. He's a perfect go-to centre-back in my opinion. 8.5 from me, and I honestly recommend picking him up. If you're looking for a centre-back, if you're a Barcelona fan, maybe you're Spanish and you love him in real life, I feel like you'll really enjoy this card. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you are new as well, make sure to drop a like and subscribe for more player reviews, objective guides, all of that good stuff. Also, check me out on Twitch. The links will be in the description. I stream 4 or 5 days a week. I'm currently streaming my brand new Road to Glory, so if you're into the Road to Glory type of things, without further ado, boys, see you later.